This video is going to be different because what we will do here today is a little kind of workshop. You will learn in this video today how you craft the perfect product for native ads. You can use this if you are a marketer and you're looking for an affiliate offer. You can use it if you're a business owner and you want to double check if native is a good audience for your product or your service. And you can use this if you're just curious and you want to see if Taboola or Outbrain is better than Meta or, for example, Google Ads. Hi, my name is Marcel Sattler. I'm the founder of nativeadvertising.net, your platform about nothing but native ads. And I founded here a couple of years ago the largest channel on YouTube about nothing but native ads. So if you aren't a subscriber yet, please hit the subscribe button because this helps me really to grow the channel and produce more valuable content for you guys. Thank you. Let's start from scratch with an empty sheet of white paper. And if you're wondering what kind of product might be a good fit for native, I want to start a bit differently. I want to start with the age of the audience. And the age should be, if you have here a scale, let's say from 18 to 65, then there is a sweet spot for native. And the sweet spot is somewhere here. Sorry for my bad drawing. It's somewhere between like 40 to 60 plus. This is the sweet spot when we take a look into the age here. And if you look into the demographic, this is actually the world. And yeah, here you have US, here you have Europe, and here you have US, here's Africa. I think you get it. So then the thing is, 50% of all advertising spends in native or on native advertising platforms are in the US. This is again, or in Americas basically. So this is 50% of all the money which is spent on native platforms. All the other thing are the remaining 50% basically, which means here is the largest market, which means also the most competition, but also the most potential for scaling. On the other hand side, the remaining 50% is basically cheaper. But of course, you have a few different issues because you have different languages, you have different behaviors, different cultures, which you need to keep in mind, and different regulatories, of course. So we know already a few things. First of all, the audience should be between 40 and 60, and it would make sense to make something like in English. Because with this, we can run in tier 1 countries like USA, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, UK. So let's summarize it like that. And afterwards, another very important thing is to see what kind of offer actually works. And for this, it's important to go one step back. And native is very broad, very top of the funnel, important to understand. While we speak about, for example, middle of the funnel, when it's about Meta, for example, but native is actually here, very top of the funnel. This is native. And here it's very important that you have a very broad product approach. Basically, it means your product must be a good fit for the majority of people out there. Let me give you an example. An insurance, for example, is a fantastic evergreen offer for native. Or this is also why I see a lot of creams against wrinkles or a lot of weight loss offers. Why? Because if you look into the US, a lot of people are suffering from obese, or also a lot of women over 40, they suffer from wrinkles or from a face which they would like to improve. So therefore, this is very top of the funnel. This is exactly here in this field. And yes, you need to have a very top of the funnel approach. You need to have a very top of the funnel product. Top of the funnel product here. So we know already, audience should be 40 to 60. You should have an English speaking offer, and it should be, this is very bad written, but it should be very top of the funnel, very broad product approach. Then you have already the most important things for your offer here, if you want to bake your offer, if you want to build your offer. With this in mind, let's go one step further and switch to the pricing and all these things. So the main idea here is, as mentioned before already, we have a very top of the funnel approach here. This is where we generate the traffic, or here's where we generate the traffic with ads on platforms like Taboola, Outbrain, Newsbreak, or all the other native advertising platforms. And here we need to be clickbaity. So you need to have an offer or a product which can solve a problem, for example. If you don't have a product which can solve a problem, then you need to have something very flashy, very newsbaity. You need to sell it somehow, and this you do with clickbait ads. Just one little excursion why clickbait ads makes sense while I try to write it here beautifully. The very important thing why clickbait ads make sense here, even though you might disagree with them, or you might wonder who the hell is clicking on these kind of ads. So the thing is, clickbait ads have a lower CPM, a lower cost per mille. They are cheaper. And in the beginning, it's all about the cheapest click. Very important here to keep in mind. So in the beginning, you don't want to have the best audience or the best click. In the beginning, it's all about price. You want to have the cheapest click here in order to fill a bit the algorithm, in order to get the first conversions. So very important here, you need therefore something which you can shout out to, like if you have neck pain, if you have knee pain, if you want to quit smoking, if you have nail fungus, whatever, click here. This is an actual problem, and here's the solution, basically. This is what you want to say. And again, if you have a very competitive product, or it's not a big thing like some weight loss product, then you can do it with a kind of news approach or with a kind of curiosity approach, like this is what experts recommend you to take before you're going to sleep. Something like that, for sure you have seen this. And another very important thing is you don't have any interest-based targeting. I mean, a few of the platforms do offer you some interest-based targeting, but to be honest, it doesn't really work. And anyway, in the beginning, the recommendation is always to start broad and then narrow it down afterwards. So you feel free to use this kind of audiences afterwards in the optimization process, but do not use them in the very beginning when you start your campaigns from scratch. But again, because we don't have any interest-based targeting, we do have some demographic targeting, like the country, like the device. This is something we have, but again, no interest-based targeting. Therefore, you see a lot of, and also not that detailed demographic targeting. So you cannot target just a woman between 40 and 60. Therefore, you see in a lot of ads, if you're born between X and Y, you should click here. Or if you have knee pain, so they highlight basically the problem. And this is what you want to do. You want to highlight the problem with the headline and with the image as a kind of support here, because people always see when it comes to native, if they scroll down, if this is the newspaper article, and here you have like recommended for you, so here's the native ads part, then you have something like a grid here, and here you have 9 ads, 12 ads, whatever, and here's maybe some general content, some organic content, and let's say that one here is a native ad, that one is a native ad, that one is a native ad. So people need not just select between your ad and the other ads, but people need to select between organic content, your ad, the other ads, and all the other things. Social media on the phone, Instagram here, that. So people need to select here. And it must be something relevant for people. And again, it's good if not everyone actually clicks on your ad, but just a relevant audience here. Because at the end of the day, you want relevant people clicking on your ad and not everyone out there. And yeah, this is the reason why we do, if you're born between X and Y, if you have problem A, B, C, then this is the thing you need to see. Afterwards, after we have the clickbait ads, you need something which is called advertorial. And the advertorial is key. Advertorial is key. Advertorial is very important because our main goal here is to convert the first click here into someone who is purchasing your product within a few clicks. We want to avoid retargeting. Retargeting is expensive, takes time. We don't want that. We want money now. And this is the reason why you need good advertorials. You don't just need one advertorial, but you need multiple, and you need to rotate them and afterwards analyze based on data which one actually works the best. This is what you're going to do here. And how you do this, again, multiple advertorials, multiple angles, like editorial, blog article, listicle, different marketing angles, rotate them. If you have 3 of them, everyone gets 33.33% of the traffic, and then you can see what's going to work the best. But the main important thing here is, with this, you heat up the cold traffic. This should be like, this should actually be the part where you heat up the traffic, where when the person reads it, when the prospect reads it, to say at the end of the advertorial, nah, I don't really need it, or yes, I need this product, I need it now. That's the thing. Doesn't matter really how good it looks or so. Many of our editorials look ugly, to be honest, but they convert. They're very clickbaity and strong in their click-through rate. So don't take, because I see always people are wondering what kind of page builder I should use, what kind of blah, 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 what kind of design I need. It doesn't really matter. Honestly, anyway, majority of people are with their mobile phone, so you just have a very simple design and layout here. Way more important is the copywriting part. And no, ChatGPT in a majority of cases is not a good copywriter. And also no, someone from Fiverr or Upwork is also not a very good copywriter for this one here, because it's a huge difference. If you run, for example, advertorials already, maybe you have already an advertorial strategy for your e-com brand, but if you run meta traffic on an advertorial, it's a totally different number. It's a totally different traffic than Taboola traffic or Outbrain traffic. Because again, meta is somewhere here, middle of the funnel, and Taboola and Outbrain native in general is very top of the funnel. So traffic has a different heat, a different temperature. And the advertorial for the cold traffic for us here actually is way harder to write, because you don't have all these details like a platform as Facebook has or Google has, you have way less details here. So very important, it must be excellent written, and I cannot exactly tell you what needs to be inside, because this depends always a bit. But long story short, you do need an excellent copywriter who has experience with cold traffic and who has a good direct response market actually. And afterwards, you send people to your sales page or product page, however you want to call it. And this is exactly where we optimize our offer, because here we want to see a good designed product page, but we also want to see some urgency. We want to see here something for free, like free delivery or whatever. And we want to see a selection of products. With this, you increase the AOV, because in a majority of cases, and you see this a lot in ClickBank offers or affiliate marketing offers, they do this pretty well. So they have like 3 different products, and you choose which one you want to have. And of course, this one, for example, is the most expensive one, or it's a medium priced one, but it's the best option for you, blah, blah, blah. So you get the idea. So this is something I would always recommend when you run native ads. Don't just send the traffic to your simple Shopify page or so, but create a separate page, a separate product page here for your traffic, for your native traffic, and design it like here. Add urgency. Tomorrow this offer will end. Just today, free delivery from $40, whatever, and make the selection here. Let people select actively which kind of package they want to choose, and make them or give them the feeling that they make a good deal, that they make a good value, a good purchase here with this. And yeah, afterwards, you don't just send traffic straight to the thank you page, but if you're pretty smart, you send people to an upsell page, obviously. Because we want something which is the AOV, and we want the AOV high. Because we want to make not just one, no, where's my pen? We don't just want to make $1, we want to make, like Google, the fancy Google restaurants, we want to make $4. And that's the thing here. So you want with one click, because anyway, you paid for the click, but you want to squeeze out this click as good as possible. Of course, it must be a good offer. It must be a good value for the client. I don't speak about that. You need to deliver the basics. I don't speak about the basic product hygiene here. I just speak from a marketing perspective. If you want to run on native, how you prepare the offer as good as possible. And this is how actually a good designed product for native looks, including a little overview about the funnel. And if you're wondering now and say, hey, I do have already something which is a good fit for native. Maybe I don't have all the product pages yet. And maybe I just send traffic, now my Facebook traffic, to a simple product page, but I have a good Shopify store. We run meta ads between 2 and 5K per day already profitable on Meta or Google. Then native might be the next logical step for you. And if you're wondering how this can work actually for your brand, for your offer, then feel free to reach out to us, and our team will be happy to give give you a free consultation, just click on nativeadvertising.net and click somewhere the book a call or whatever button and select here or go through these few questions. It's a little questionnaire, a little quiz there, and afterwards you can schedule your call right away. I hope you liked that video. If so, I would extremely appreciate if you give me a thumbs up and of course subscribe to my channel and activate the bell to receive an update when I upload a new video totally for free about native ads here on YouTube. Have a good one. See you next time.